Thank you, Clarissa. Appreciate that. We're going to move on to our flag presentation at this time. Our flag presentation will be under the direction of our South Salt Lake Fire Chief, Terry Addison, and this is a combined honor guard between including South Salt Lake Fire and South Salt Lake Police. Chief.
Will the audience please rise for the presentation of colors?
Right face, post colors. Honor guard, present arms.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor guard, order arms. Left face, forward march.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Chief Addison, and thank you to the honor guard that we had today, made up of both South Salt Lake Fire and South Salt Lake Police. Our next presenter may look very familiar. Edward Lopez has been an employee of Promise South Salt Lake for years. Tonight, he will grace us with another skill. Edward has sung with the Utah Opera Chorus, the Westminster Chamber Singers, and the Westminster Community Choir, giving him an opportunity to perform at venues here stateside and abroad. He has graciously agreed to share his talent with us this evening. Let's welcome Edward Lopez.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, "How do you do?" They're really saying, "I love you." I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, "How do you do?" They're really saying, "I love you." I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. A wonderful world. Thank you.
Wow, wished I had a voice like that. Thank you very much, Edward. That was awesome. And before I introduce our guest of honor tonight, I'd just like to take a minute and let you know who our wonderful caterer was today. Our food was provided by Elizabeth's Catering. If we could give her and her employees a big hand, let's do it. Oh, what's that? Oh, there's plenty of food? Okay. Okay, Leslie's giving me the scoop. For those who want seconds, there's plenty of food, so don't be shy. Thank you, Leslie. So I'm excited to introduce our guest of honor, and I have to admit that this is probably one of my most favorite things that we do as a city and as a business organization every year. Of course, I remember when I was a young kid, when my dad would put me in the fire truck and we'd throw out candy on State Street for the 4th of July parade. And that goes back when I was about 8 years old, and believe me, that's about 53 years ago. But anyway, we've been involved with the city for a long time through Chamber, and it's just been fun to see the city grow. And this is just one of my absolute favorite things because it's so much fun to have the mayor come in and showcase what we've got in this great city. I mean, this is a city that is small with residents, but yet big with business structure. And we've always been a big business community, and we're just so grateful that we get to be part of everything that you do here. So thank you, Mayor, for showcasing the best that we got around here. So we really appreciate that. But it's my pleasure to introduce our guest of honor here. Mayor Wood is a lifelong city resident and a mom of 3 young men who also call South Salt Lake home. She was elected as Salt Lake's first female mayor in 2009, and she's now serving her 4th term as mayor of the city of South Salt Lake. As mayor, she has made investing in people her highest priority. It shows through the programs and projects that have made South Salt Lake one of the most desirable, friendly, diverse, and fun places in all of Utah. For the last decade, South Salt Lake has grown and thrived. In the next decade, we will see many changes, but she is committed to building better neighborhoods as a foundation of health and happiness essential to a thriving community. She has dubbed 2022 the Year of the Neighborhood. We hope you all feel at home at this time in this year's State of the City address. It's without further ado, I would love to introduce, it's my pleasure to introduce our mayor on the move, in the city on the move, Mayor Sheree Wood.
I have some purple Birkenstocks up here, and I was so tempted because my most favorite state of the city was the year that we did Mr. Rogers' Welcome to My Neighborhood, because I got to wear tennis shoes for the entire speech, which was super awesome. I'm going to leave my Birkenstocks tucked away because we will be doing pictures because we have lots of award winners here tonight. But thanks for being here. Before we get started, I have a few thank yous. Thank you to Rick Taggart, our MC for this evening. The Taggarts are a legacy business owners here in South Salt Lake, and I appreciate their strong presence in our community. Thanks, Rick. Thank you to Fire Chief Terry Addison for leading the pledge, and to our Joint Police and Fire Honor Guard for seeing that the colors are posted with distinction. Thank you to fellow resident and employee Edward. Oh my goodness. I was like, I don't need to put Edward's name down here. How can I forget Edward Lopez and his beautiful voice? But I put down here, thank you to fellow resident and employee for sharing your musical talents with us. I do not have a voice like that. Thank you, Councilwoman Williams, for making our land acknowledgement and providing a blessing. And thank you to council members Charlotte Bynum, please stand. Leanne Huff, please stand. Natalie Pinckney for being here tonight. Thank you. We are joined this evening by Granite School District Superintendent Dr. Richard K. Nye. I look forward to our continued partnership serving our youngest residents. Next on the thank you list, I'm fortunate to have assembled a team of talented professionals who work to keep our city on the move. To my cabinet, thank you for steering your departments and continuing to raise the bar on services and programs. Please stand. They hate this part, but I'm going to make them do it every time. We are also joined tonight by some of our rock star employees. These folks shine in their departments and specialties. Supporting our city and providing top-notch services takes a team of skilled professionals. Thank you, rock stars, for taking pride in your work and always keeping the residents and businesses top of mind. I want to thank the State of the City event team for producing tonight's event. This is amazing. I hope you guys feel like you're on my front porch with me. They always go above and beyond every year. They hate to stand too, but I'm going to make them stand because we wouldn't do these events without them. So please stand. Come on, you guys. I guess some of them are out in the hallway. I have family and close supporters from my tribe here with us tonight. Thank you to my mom and siblings for their support. Lastly, to my 3 partners in crime, only 2 are here because the other one had to work this evening. I'm going to make them stand because I want to point out that when I started this adventure with them, come on, my partners in crime, they were 2 and 11. And so now I have young men. I've raised my young men with the city. And I want to thank them specifically for the very valuable perspective that they give to me in this role and being their mom, because some of the decisions that I've been able to make for this community are based off of what I see our youth need in our community. Now that my thank yous are complete, I want to welcome you to my front porch as we get started with the address portion of tonight's program. The state of the city is not my day. It's our day. It's a day of celebration and reflection on the last year. And while 2021 had some continued challenges, it also proved to be productive and rewarding. Today, I want to share some of the highlights of 2021 and our ambitious plans for this year. 2021 was an election year. In fact, my 4th campaign for mayor. I spent even more time out in neighborhoods talking with longtime residents, new families, students, and seniors. And I learned that no matter your age, income, or ethnic background, we all want to live in safe and vibrant neighborhoods. One of my 3 primary goals for South Salt Lake is to be a city of strong and amazing neighborhoods, and we are doing it. We are a city of 11 unique neighborhoods: Granite Legacy, Central Park, S-Line, Fitz Park, Mill Creek, Meadowbrook Station, Southgate, Water Tower, Downtown, Jordan River, and Riverfront. In front of me, you will see these fun new neighborhood signs. We hope that you'll take one home and share it with your neighbors. And by the way, if you don't know what neighborhood you live in, there's a map out just right outside this door that will help provide that answer. Because neighborhoods are the heart and soul of a city, in 2021, I created a new Department of Neighborhoods. It is a streamlined approach to directing requests to city staff and connecting you to services. Everything from parks and facilities and code enforcement to animal services and the Arts Council is now managed through our Department of Neighborhoods, directed by our own Sharon Hari. Sharon here. Let me give you an example of how this works. Imagine that a windstorm has caused a large tree branch to fall into the street, blocking traffic. You look at our city's website, but are still not sure who to contact to move the branch. That's when our new neighborhoods ambassador, Abby Sherlock, is Abby here? Is the one to call. She will take your information and direct you to the right department and make sure they follow through in a timely manner. Strong neighborhoods are vibrant, and our downtown is proof that if you build it, they will come. We have exciting new large businesses calling downtown home, like PDQ.com, our first tech business. We have new restaurants opening, like Raising Cane's, Famous Dave's Quick Q, and Old Cuss Coffee. And for the first time in our city's history, and well over 12 years in the making, downtown is going vertical again, with a new 8-story mixed-use building as part of the new South City project. But perhaps the most exciting downtown news is the area where 11 developers have joined forces to create $500 million in investment right here in South Salt Lake. Residents will see more construction cranes at one time than ever before in our city's history, and the result will be a mix of retail, housing, office, and our city's first tech campus. We are also expanding efforts to support and enhance the character of our wonderful neighborhoods with new amenities and services. I'm excited to announce that we recently acquired property for an additional dog park west of State Street, and we're under contract on a new skate park. Additionally, new homes and a school are thriving in the Riverfront neighborhood, and at last, our new library in the Granite Legacy neighborhood opens in June. Great neighborhoods also need to be safe and sustainable. We should be proud of our top-notch public safety department that boasts the most well-trained officers, firefighters, and dedicated long-standing leadership in the valley. We're building on that foundation. With a new civilian review board. Some of the appointed members of the civilian review board are here tonight. Please stand. Come on, you guys. I saw a couple of you. Okay. That's okay. They're new. They're doing a lot of training right now. We also have Officer Brittany Warner in a new role over Business Watch. She is the city's liaison for businesses and will work to institute proactive and smart crime prevention. I know some of the city's largest safety concerns are around the Men's Resource Center. It is indeed an ongoing challenge to protect the needs of our full-time residents and our temporary residents of the MRC. We're increasing our mitigation efforts by dedicating 2 full-time staff members to our Homeless Resources Department, along with 12 homeless resource officers and 12 firefighter paramedics, all state funded. The new staff members, Christine Simonette and Allie Brotherton, are here. Stand up. They are energetic and creative, and I'm confident they will make a difference for both our residents and those at the MRC. By using state funding to hire these staff members to help mitigate the impacts of the shelter, we are optimistic that we'll see great improvement. Homelessness is a complex problem. And I'd like to thank two partners we have with us this evening, Wayne Niederhauser, the State Homeless Services Coordinator, and Lori Hopkins, the Executive Director of Shelter the Homeless. Together we can make a difference. Thank you. You guys stand? Will you guys stand? No, nobody wants to stand. Yes, thank you. South Salt Lake is also becoming more sustainable and environmentally focused. One project that I'm especially passionate about is the importance of protecting our waterways. It is essential that we manage what goes into our stormwater drains. The council adopted a new stormwater utility fee that will provide for retrofitting and upgrading of infrastructure. We'll also hire 2 new staff members to ramp up our education efforts and assist residents in protecting our waterways. Speaking of waterways, there are exciting things happening along the Jordan River. Through a partnership with Salt Lake County and Tracy Aviary, the Jordan River Nature Center will be expanding greatly at 3300 South to add trails, landscaping, bird watching, and other new amenities for our residents and visitors. Thanks for the brink to drink water. I appreciate that. I also want to thank our residents who are taking advantage of the recycling option for curbside glass or using the bulk glass bin at City Hall. We're doing our part as a city as well. We're in the process of moving to LED and all street lighting and facilities. We're incorporating more native landscaping in our parks and green spaces and are adding new free electric vehicle charging stations at City Hall. I just saw Senator Davis. Senator Davis, thanks for being here. Will you please stand? Next, I want to talk about my second goal for South Salt Lake, our continued efforts to be a city that truly invests in people. We are becoming well known for our success in supporting residents and businesses through our Promise South Salt Lake program. What city our size, or much larger for that matter, can say they run 13 community centers to serve youth and young adults? These neighborhood centers provide support for both students and their parents alike. I'd like to share a quick video that tells the story of Promise South Salt Lake. My name is Sheree Wood, and I'm the mayor of the city of South Salt Lake. The thing that I am most proud of is this Promise South Salt Lake work. We are sitting in seats where we could actually change the trajectory of our kids' ability to be successful in life. So I knew that this was something that if it was really going to benefit our youth and our families, that it needed to be around for more than just 4 years. 2012 launched Promise South Salt Lake initiative. So just like we have a police department, public works, fire, we also have a Promise South Salt Lake department which focuses on building a support system around our youth and around our families and our community.
So I'm Kelly Miranda, I'm the director of Promise South Salt Lake, and I have been with the city since December of 2009. Our 3 promises: the first, that every child attends and graduates from college; the second is that every resident has a clean, safe home and neighborhood; and the third is that every resident has the opportunity helping and to prosper.
The idea was that Promise is like a house, and there's all these rooms, and each of these rooms was a council.
So we have health, safety, education, housing, jobs and economy, neighborhoods, equity, arts and community, and interfaith.
The Promise After School program just took off like crazy, and now we have 14 after school programs.
The first framework is the Cradle to Career Pipeline, so it's what needs to be in place for students to have success from early to adulthood.
They can participate in before school activities, they go through the day and participate in school, and then we also have program managers from our after school programs that participate in the daily activities of these classrooms that then follow the kids into after school.
It's part of the community, and it's a very, very important resource for many people, kids and adults. And in the afternoon they go home and they don't have support to do homework or even being fed.
So in South Salt Lake, we have around 110 partners that we work with on a daily basis to provide programs and services to our community, whether that's homework help and tutoring in the after school programs or running an enrichment activity, a mobile health clinic, a food pantry. So they get a snack, they'll do homework help and tutoring, we do enrichment activities, and then end the day with dinner. So Westminster College is an institutional partner in our work here in South Salt Lake. And they started a program called Walkways to Westminster.
This last spring, we had our first cohort graduate.
They came up through Granite Park Junior High to Utah International and Cottonwood High School. And then all 3 students got scholarships to Westminster College.
We have many stories of this where our kids start in the Promise program. They go to the after-school programs. Then they become mentors and program managers themselves. And then they go to college and come back and work for Promise. If we can just change the life of one family and one youth, this work is so worth it.
It's organizations coming together, sharing goals, sharing outcomes, and really moving and working together.
After-school programs are a huge part of Promise's success, and today kicks off National After-School Professionals Appreciation Week. It is time to recognize and appreciate those who work with young people during after-school hours. These professionals help young people access high-quality relationships and expanded opportunities to reach their full potential. This results in better social emotional skills, school attendance, and academic performance. Their work not only has a positive impact on our youth, but also on our families, businesses, and community. Thank you to our after-school professionals for the important work you do. You are valued and appreciated. Everyone, please join me in thanking our after-school professionals by giving them a round of applause. Promise also supports our residents through focused council work in the areas of equity, mental health, digital inclusion, housing, and education. Through creative partnerships with the private sector, we are finding ways to serve the entire family unit. If Promise was the 1.0 of investing in people, our exciting new Community Opportunity Center is the 2.0 version, officially opening this summer. I'm so excited about this new space at our Columbus Community Center, right here, where the library used to be. This will be a launch pad for people to invest in themselves. The co-op, as we call it, will offer co-working space and resources for financial empowerment, digital access, and supporting job and career growth and entrepreneurship. We are thankful for the many nonprofit and cultural groups who want to partner with us in this initiative. I'm also excited about the Chamber's Women in Business Committee. Terry Slaw and Teresa Bagdazarova are co-chairs who are finding new ways to showcase and support our city's many female business owners, artists, and creators. Investing in people also means opportunities for residents to recreate and enjoy the outdoors. We all know the benefits of nature. That's why we have acquired property to expand the Mill Creek Trail and added a new pickleball court at Bickley Park and new state county funding. We will finally be able to connect the Jordan River via Parley's Trail. You'll not only have more opportunities for outdoor fitness this summer, but aspiring gardeners will be able to lease a plot and grow organic veggies at our first community garden at Fitz Park. We also continue to invest in our seniors with projects like our new Fit Lot here at Columbus, funded by AARP, and arts programs for our 55-plus crowd that are provided through a grant from Creative Aging. Investing in people also means being more accessible and responsive to residents and their concerns. That's why I'm scheduling more neighborhood Mondays with the mayor this year. My goal is to get to each of the 11 neighborhoods in the city. So look for information on our website or on social media and let's chat. Long-needed improvements are being made to our city's website. This will make it easier to find information and gather your input. A new tool called Flash Vote will get resident opinions on issues like funding preferences and what they want to see in the community. You can sign up to take future surveys by scanning the QR code on the table. So please sign up. We'd love to hear from you. We have to get up to 400 before we can use it. So we're pushing this every minute, but there's a QR code on your table. Okay, let's talk about my third goal, celebrating South Salt Lake. It may seem frivolous in comparison to the other goals, but I assure you it's not. Community identity and connectedness are critical to well-being. So let's celebrate all the things we love about South Salt Lake. Here are my top 5. Number 1, our diversity. We are a city of many cultures and customs, and a new mini grants program is helping us grow and celebrate those cultures in fun new ways. Through our 2022 grant program, we celebrated our Nepali New Year a couple of weeks ago and look forward to celebrating a block party featuring hip-hop dance, a Brazilian summer arts festival, and a Pacific Islander-themed fashion show. Number 2, the entrepreneurial spirit thriving in our growing creative industry zone. That's a mouthful. The zone, as we affectionately call it, is one of the coolest areas in the Salt Lake Valley and continues to grow with new creative businesses and residential units. And let's give a shout out to our Muralfest, which is the state's largest mural festival and will feature 45 completed murals this May. Join me on Saturday, May 14th in the zone. Number 3, let's celebrate all the new businesses making South Salt Lake home. Maybe you've already tried one of our new restaurants like the fabulous new vegan cafe Yums, or you may have fueled up at the new Maverick on 33rd, or visited the online boutique party goods store Bonjour Fete. Businesses like Twin Oaks Assisted Living and Green River Radiology are bringing needed services directly to our residents. Other new businesses are providing great jobs to South Salt Lake. Tech companies like Idaho Molecular and Allergy Research Group, GL Soccer, where Real Salt Lake players train to win, or GBS Benefits, an employee benefits consulting company bringing 150 new jobs to our community. Now that's something we're celebrating. And we also want to celebrate legacy businesses like Fresh Donuts and Deli on the corner of 2700 South and State. They provided the donut towers on your table tonight. And while the display is lovely, I see some of you are already started, but please enjoy a donut. Let's celebrate events like tonight that are so important in bringing residents and businesses together. We have a history of great events in South Salt Lake, but we also have new events like Quiet Time with Mrs. Claus, an event that is so important for kids who may be overwhelmed and uncomfortable in rowdier holiday settings. And this year, we're adding new events to the calendar like Juneteenth and Family Game Night. Number 5, great neighborhoods. If I leave one thought with you today, it is this. Great neighbors make great neighborhoods. You are the reason that South Salt Lake is a wonderful place to live. It's the small things like checking on a senior down the road or helping a neighbor unload groceries. It's keeping our yards tidy and appealing and decorating for holidays. We celebrate some of those neighbors with awards like Marion Bright Award and the Beautiful Balcony Award. And I hear inspiring stories throughout the year of people like Miranda Hawks. She's here, stand up. Who personally decided to decorate all the mailboxes and street signs on her street at Christmas. Or Vitus Avenue residents Peter and Sarah, who sponsored their own neighborhood concert by hiring a band and inviting neighbors to their Central Park neighborhood. It doesn't matter if it's big or small, your actions do make a difference, and I thank you. Let's make 2022 the best year in South Salt Lake's amazing history. I know we can. Now we get to our favorite part of the state of the city, recognizing the incredible people, partners, and businesses who make South Salt Lake truly a community. Citizen of the Year, Doug Moffat. Kicking things off is a citizen who is passionate about many things. First and foremost, his family. He is a husband, father, and grandfather first. Doug and his wife, Diane, have been residents on Windermere Avenue for nearly 41 years. He is passionate about service to his community and friends, serving on the city council from 1992 to 2004. Next up is his love for music, and as long as we can remember, He has played lead guitar in the band Crash Pontiac and the Hubcaps, featuring cover music from the 50s and 60s. Finally, his passion for model trains amps up during Christmas. For more than 3 decades, he has poured his heart into a merry and bright train display, making it a point to invite others to enjoy and celebrate this tradition. Doug is the neighbor and friend we all want, and our 2022 Citizen of the Year. Doug, please come forward. Next up is our Legacy Family of the Year, the Farnsworth Family. If you've lived in South Salt Lake for any length of time, you've heard of the Farnsworths. These Haven Avenue residents have long been known for their commitment to service. Bonnie served on the Planning and Zoning Commission and then the City Council from 1978 to 1992 as the first female city councilwoman. In addition, she has worked for a local legacy business, American Funds and Trust. Or perhaps you've heard of Eldon Farnsworth Sr., who served the city for 8 years, from 1986 to 1994, first as city recorder and then as mayor from 1992 to 1994. He wasn't easy to convince about that last part, which I understand. As the Deseret News put it, a reluctant Eldon L. Farnsworth accepted the nomination after 3 city council members badgered him to take it. And lastly, their son, Eldon Farnsworth Jr., who we all know as Butch, worked for the South Salt Lake Fire Department, retiring as Fire Battalion Chief after 36 years of service. Because of their devoted service to our community, the Farnsworth family has been chosen as this year's Legacy Family. Please come forward. He was just letting me know that there's 8 at their table, and 6 of them have worked for the city of South Salt Lake at some point in time. That's pretty amazing. Thank you, Farnsworth. I'd like to invite Bill Krim to the front, President and CEO for United Way of Salt Lake.
Thank you, Mayor Wood. And this is super exciting to be a part of the team that helps recognize the Promise South Salt Lake Partner of the Year. I'm honored to do that on behalf of all of the partners that you heard about in the video. My name is Bill Krim with United Way of Salt Lake. And more than 10 years ago, in this building, a group of partners, some of you are here tonight still, made a commitment to get behind Mayor Wood's vision for Promise South Salt Lake. One of those partners, English Skills Learning Center, is being honored tonight with the Promise Partner of the Year. English Skills Learning Center provides free, high-quality English language instruction for immigrants and refugees, and does so with a passion and commitment that is hard to understand if you haven't seen it before. But to be in one of their classes, to see their teachers work with families and to see what comes from that is truly transformative. It's an honor to join you, Mayor Wood, in recognizing the Promise South Salt Lake Partner of the Year English Skills Learning Center.
Please come forward. Okay, the 2022 Community Builder is the Tom and Marsha Lowe family. This family recently exceeded the typical giving model in a big way. When looking for ways to give back, Mark Lowe, a prior Promise South Salt Lake employee, was quick to note the need in our community. He pitched the idea of a food pantry at the Central Park Community Center, with food insecurity among our youth and families at an all-time high. The need for pantry-type resources is critical. Thanks to this generous family, we now have the community resource pantry model at Central Park, where not only food fills the shelves, but also basic needs and household items. The Lowe family continues to make monthly sustaining donations to keep the pantry stocked. We are incredibly grateful for our 2022 Community Builder, the Tom and Marsha Lowe family. Please come forward. It's only 2 steps, but I'm getting out of breath, up and down, I apologize. The 2020 and my tongue's getting twisted. The 2022 Employee of the Year is Jenica Laws, our Animal Services Supervisor. Sorry, I messed that up. I'm gonna start all over. The 2022 Employee of the Year is Jenica Laws. Our Animal Services Supervisor began working for the city in September 2020 and has been 100% committed to giving pets and people VIP treatment since day one. While we are used to being upstaged by the critters at our city shelter, Jenica is the real superstar. Since taking over animal services in early 2021, she has turned everything she touches into gold. The shelter has never looked better, customers are happier, adoptions are up, and leash patrols are making parks safer. While it may seem all warm and fuzzy, the sad reality is that Jenica and her team encounter many unfortunate situations. Thank goodness we have a cool-headed leader tackling these cases with professionalism and care. But beware, she will offer you puppies. It's very persuasive. More than one of us have been suckered, myself included. Now I have a house pony. She's Bailey's other mother. It's great to know that our local furry, pawed and feathered friends in the hands of It's great to know that our local furry, pawed and feathered friends are in the hands of our 2022 Employee of the Year, Jenica Laws. Puppies are so teeny, and then they turn into... Everywhere I go, somebody texts, calls, or pulls me inside and said, I just met Jenica. She's like the most amazing dog whisperer, Dr. Doolittle. I was like, I know, tell me about it. We're so lucky to have her. The volunteer of the year this year is Rick Burrell. South Salt Lake Fire's Community Emergency Response Team, CERT, was developed out of the need for well-trained civilian emergency workforce. These multifunctional response teams act as an adjunct to the city's emergency services during major disasters. Resident Rick Burrell provides a wealth of knowledge as a longtime CERT member. He takes the lead in training basic disaster response skills, including fire safety, light search and rescue, team organization, and disaster medical operations. We are so fortunate to have him leading and preparing the community volunteers to work with public safety in times of critical need. Rick graciously volunteers his time to educate our community about disaster preparedness and is our 2022 Volunteer of the Year. Thanks, Rick. The City Council champion this year is Natalie Pinckney. History was made in South Salt Lake in November of 2019 as Councilwoman Pinckney was elected as the first Black council member in South Salt Lake. As an at-large representative, Natalie can be found working hard on behalf of the residents and businesses of the city. She is an active member of the Equity Council and Arts Council and currently serves as the City Council's vice chair. She takes a thoughtful, collaborative approach to policy and was involved in forming legislation for our first civilian review board. This past legislative session, we saw a lot of each other. She spent many hours advocating for South Salt Lake at the Capitol, and that's a really heavy lift for somebody where this is their part-time job. So thank you so much for that. Thank you, Natalie, for your active participation and for being a valuable voice on our City Council. Congratulations, City Council champion, Natalie Pinckney. Our 2022 Equity Champion is Bonnie Owens. As an employee of Promise, Bonnie initially made her mark at Woodrow Wilson Elementary School, where she built a thriving after-school program. In her current role, she serves as the Deputy Director of Promise South Salt Lake. Soon after, she took on an additional role of leading the Promise South Salt Lake Equity Council. As chair, Bonnie has worked tirelessly to bring diversity, equity, and inclusion and accessibility to the city of South Salt Lake. If you want to watch flawless execution and collaboration and action for creating a fair, just, and equitable community, we encourage you to attend the monthly Equity Council meetings. When not breaking down barriers or advocating for others, you can find Bonnie serving aces on the pickleball court or mentoring our youth in the Pokemon Club. We are grateful for Bonnie's active role and influence on diversity, equity, inclusion in our city. Congratulations, Bonnie Owens, our 2022 Equity Champion. Okay, best friends of seniors, our AARP FitLot. It is no surprise that the City on the Move is now home to Utah's first FitLot. This new outdoor exercise station adds to the recently opened Bickley Park at 2508 South 500 East. Yep, right behind me, just past the patio, is where you'll find the outdoor fitness station, generously donated by AARP and designed by FitLot. The funding award includes 3 years of programming to ensure free fitness classes at the new FitLot. While the equipment is designed for seniors, it is accessible to all. And don't let the logo fool you. Having tested out the equipment myself, I can attest to the solid workout, much like up and down these steps tonight. One can get out of this circuit. Some of the greatest amenities and offerings in our city were funded through philanthropic dollars. We are grateful to AARP for seeing our vision of investing in people. Thank you to Ellen Ormsby and AARP Utah, our 2022 Best Friend of Seniors. His tie even says AARP. It's so cool. Okay, this is a big one, so bear with me. Our 2022 community champions are the South Salt Lake Homeless Resource Officers, or as we like to call them, HROs. Sergeant Cody Coggle, Officer Chad Leatham, Officer Jason Rasmussen, Officer James Gray, Officer Alex Placencia, Officer Daniel Zion, and Officer Quinton Addison. Our public safety has long been known as exemplary, so it was no surprise that our HRO team was identified as the best at what they do. In a May 2021 report from the Office of the Legislative Auditor General, the South Salt Lake HROs were called out as a best practice. This group embodies community policing at its best, serving those experiencing homelessness by utilizing a personable touch. Our HOR team engages the homeless community with consistent, frequent, and whenever possible, positive interactions. These 7 individuals have perhaps the most challenging work in our city, yet they shine as a model in our state and continue to pave the way for solutions. Officers, your work to better South Salt Lake and your ability to approach those experiencing homelessness with great compassion make you our 2022 community champions. Okay, the 2022 Mayor's Spirit of Community Award goes to Christy Patton. Our finance department is known for customer service, and with almost 23 years of service to the city and its residents, Christy is known for her caring demeanor. She never loses focus on who she's really working for, and many residents know her by name and request her by name. One resident who was having problems with her home phone came to City Hall, to Christy specifically, because she knew that Christy would help her. She went to the resident's home and worked with the phone company to resolve the issue. She can tell you how much water you use, just in case you need to know, but she can also tell you how to make your computer sing, the best place in the state to get tacos, and the best strategy for completing a 1,000-piece puzzle in record time. Beyond that, she has 2 great passions, Robert Redford and road trips. It's no surprise that Christy is our 2022 Spirit of Community Award winner. Okay, this is a fun one. It's our 2022 Youth Neighborhood Ambassador, and it's guess where she's sitting? Sydney Thornton. Dear Mayor, we need some improvement in our neighborhood, was the opening sentence of a recent correspondence from 9-year-old resident Sydney. In the letter, she reported that the lack of street lighting, stop signs, and other issues on her street contribute to ongoing safety concerns, including theft and speeding. After reading her message, I forwarded it to our city engineer, several city staff, and the police chief. This is a prime example of the power of words. From this single letter came collaborative responses, which will lead to real and meaningful change in her neighborhood. Thank you to this young resident for reminding us how to engage civically and seek solutions. The future is bright for our Youth Neighborhood Ambassador, Sydney. Best Local Art Advocate, Josh Sherman. This native Utahn is known throughout the valley for his graphic design, photography, and painting skills. He is also the go-to guy in the mural community, always willing to lend a hand, equipment, and expertise. He loves to see others succeed. Josh cares deeply about making the world a better place. He is known for using his artistic talents to promote community and environmental activism in Salt Lake City and abroad. His most recent work includes murals of historical sites and places, including one promoting the preservation of the Bears Ears National Monument. We are lucky to have his work in South Salt Lake, which includes the Godzilla gnomes on Sugar Post and Arches National Park on Signed and Numbered. All this and more makes Josh Sherman our best local art advocate. Next up is Best Public Art, Krista DeMick. This resident and architect found herself on a committee tasked with designing and building the Days of 47 South Salt Lake Stake Float. Krista sought to find a way to use resources more sustainably. Floats are very expensive to build, only to be thrown away after a parade. After participating in some of the South Salt Lake's general plan discussions, she realized that the city needed some art to promote more walkable spaces. Her design allowed for placing the main element of this float in a park as a gift back to our community following the parade. She and her team designed an art piece, the elements of which represent different aspects of life, diversity, and culture here in South Salt Lake. The sculpture is made of steel and interwoven with brightly colored fabric. Krista worked with Promise South Salt Lake and welcomed youth helpers on the project. You can see Krista's best public art on display at the historic Scott School campus. Congratulations, Krista, for building the best public art, and thank you. All right. This next award is full of character. Wait for it. The best pizza, Villaggio Pizzeria. New York-style pizza can now be found as you travel down State Street at 3144 South, to be exact. Rick Rondellini, sorry about that, Ricky, has brought his Nona dishes, a blend of recipes from Naples to Calabria. Is that right? Ooh, been practicing all day. I didn't think I was going to get it. Italy via the Bronx to none other than South Salt Lake, using authentic recipes and ingredients, which includes sourcing from the East Coast and shipping in the flour used in their pizza dough. He has brought a slice, get it, a slice of the Bronx to us. He postponed his grand opening, battled the pandemic to open, and has now, on many evenings, completely sold out. The pride and personality housed in this shop is indeed creating pizza excellence. Villaggio's Pizzeria here in South Salt Lake is the best pizza in town. Please come forward. The best coffee can be found at Indigo Coffee. To label this new venue on the corner of 3300 South and 500 East as simply a coffee shop wouldn't do it justice. Owner Vinnie Joseph moved to the U.S. in 2008 from southern India with a dream to someday open her own food business. As a participant of the IRC Spice Kitchen Incubator Program, Vinnie initially launched Cafe India, a woman-owned catering business. In early 2022, along with her son Derek, she opened a hip little shop in the Granite Legacy neighborhood. At Indigo, they bake their Indian-influenced pastries, such as chicken tiki and paneer. The best cinnamon rolls my son Jackson can attest to, we might stop by there after school quite often, and delicious pasta dishes. And of course, delicious coffee. Watch out for that iced mocha. Indian soul can be found at South Salt Lake's best coffee, Indigo Coffee. Okay, just a few more. We're almost done. We just have so many cool things, cool people, cool businesses. It's hard to just pick this many, but here we are. Our 2022 Best Small Business is Alpha Graphics. Greg McDonough had a long track record in the print industry when he took ownership of the South Salt Lake Alpha Graphics location in 2015. His team's dedication to quality work with a quick turnaround on promotional and printed materials makes them stand out. He is an active member and chair of the South Salt Lake Chamber of Commerce. He can regularly be found supporting the South Salt Lake business community and is often in attendance at city events. We appreciate him taking the lead when it comes to operating a successful local business and understanding the importance of being a civic-minded supporter and an active member of our community. Well done, Alpha Graphics, South Salt Lake, the 2022 Best Small Business. Next on the list is some more delicious food. It makes staying away from carbs pretty difficult. Best Cafe Dolly Crepes. A surprisingly versatile food, crepes lends itself to any flavor profile, sweet or savory, depending on what you put inside. If you live in the Hawthorne Townhomes off West Temple or purchased a crepe during the last Craftoberfest, you've most definitely heard of Dolly Crepes. Dolly Blazik, the owner of Dolly Crepes, is originally from Serbia and emigrated to Utah in 2011. Missing his mother's homemade crepes, he decided to make his own. Dolly started up a catering business and then went brick and mortar, opening his South Salt Lake Cafe in July of 2020. In Dolly's words, food makes people happy, and I love to be a part of that happiness. We are so glad Dolly put down roots in South Salt Lake to share this crepe happiness. The 2022 Best Cafe is Dolly Crepes. Okay, the 2022 Best Creative Industry Business is Grid City Beer Works. Nothing brings people together like a great brew and delicious food. After becoming neighbors in 2014, Justin Bellevue and Drew Reynolds started planning to create their brewery. Together with a shared passion for beer, they joined with head brewer Jeremy Gross to dial in their craft and establish Grid City. Their rooftop patio is people and dog friendly and arguably presents the best view in the valley. We suggest dropping by for their core ales, served up 3 ways: CO2, nitro, or via cask. And you can't go wrong with their hard seltzers. As a part of our downtown creative industry zone, Grid City features a customized metalled St. Bernard mailbox out front, created by South Salt Lake's Fred Connellan of Sugar Post, named Growler. Yes, pun intended. Congrats to our Best Creative Industry Grid City Beer Works. And I'm going to put one more plug in for the Wagyu burger. They had it one time, and it's never been back. So good. I have dreams about that burger. And then I was so sad to find out it was a special. One day. Maybe this will get me a Wagyu burger. Okay, last but not least. Since I know it's getting late, I will make this pretty dang quick. The 2022 Best Employer is PDQ.com. One recently opened in South Salt Lake tech company caught our eye. The culture at PDQ.com is distinct as they strive to create work-life balance for their employees. Their new offices in our downtown feature daily catered lunches, a cigar and whiskey lounge, TV lounge with a game console, and an on-site gym complete with a personal trainer. Founders Sean, Shane, and Adam, I don't let city employees go over there. They'll never come back. Founders Sean, Shane, and Adam spent their early careers as system administrators supporting large organizations. Finding a gap in system solutions for small to medium-sized businesses, PDQ was launched as an affordable, simple, but powerful software tool to save IT professionals time and money. I just got a text from a Salt Lake City Council person that said, "How did you get the coolest business in the city in your city?" While their technology is neat, it is leveled up by how they treat their employees. PDQ.com takes a people-first approach with their 4-day work week, 100% paid health care, and on-site relaxation room. Again, we don't let city employees go there. Summed up, PDQ Inc.com is the 2022 Best Employer. That was the last one. We made it. In closing, you may have seen billboards. I'm going to take it serious just for a second. Billboards, TV commercials, and social media posts encouraging kindness or doing one kind act a day. This is an initiative established earlier this month by the Seminani Family Foundation. I'd like to support and encourage this initiative, but make it special to South Salt Lake. Since it is the year of the neighborhoods, I would like to encourage each of you to perform one kind act a day in your neighborhood. It could be as simple as a smile, a wave, picking up garbage, or helping a neighbor with yard work. Imagine how powerful and contagious with one kind act leading to another. Please visit thepowerofkind.org for ideas and inspiration. And in the words of His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama, be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, let's have a round of applause for the Mayor. Thank you. Thanks, Mayor. We appreciate it. We appreciate you bringing us up on your porch today and letting us all be included in this great city. Thanks for showcasing it. And especially thanks for making South Salt Lake such a great place to live, work, and do business. So thank you, Mayor. How about one final applause for all our award winners tonight? Thank you, everyone, for coming. Safe travels home. Thank you.